Absolutely. Here's a 500-word story that creatively shares the topic 7 things seniors with clean homes do every single day, practical advice, in a narrative format. Grace's golden routine, 7 daily habits that keep her home spotless. At 74, Grace's home looked like a magazine spread, always tidy, fresh smelling, and organized. Friends would often say, "You must have a cleaner." But Grace would just smile and shake her head. Her secret? A few small habits done every day. It hadn't always been this way. After retirement, Grace found herself overwhelmed by clutter. That all changed when she visited her older sister Helen, whose house radiated calm and order. Helen shared her simple secret: consistency. Grace returned home and made a change, starting with the bed. "Make your bed every morning," Helen had said. That one action set a positive tone for Grace's day and immediately made her bedroom feel more peaceful. Next came the dishes. Grace never let them pile up. After each meal, she washed what she used. It only took minutes, but it kept the kitchen looking clean. Every evening, she spent 10 minutes tidying. A quick sweep of the living room, fluffing pillows, folding throw blankets, and picking up anything out of place. It was easy and surprisingly relaxing. She also wiped down surfaces daily. A quick pass over kitchen counters, bathroom sinks, and doorknobs with a cloth and gentle cleaner prevented buildup and made weekly deep cleans easier. Then came her paper routine: mail, receipts, flyers. Grace sorted and tossed them the day they came in. Nothing lingered on counters or gathered in corners. She filed what mattered and recycled the rest. Another key? Laundry discipline. Instead of letting clothes build up, she did small loads regularly. It kept her closets neat and the laundry room manageable. Last, Grace took a moment to open windows or run a fan. Fresh air made her home feel renewed, and she even added a plant or two to help with air quality. These 7 simple habits weren't revolutionary, but they worked. What mattered was doing them every single day. No need to sprint through weekend marathons of cleaning or feel burdened by chores. Grace's home stayed clean because she kept up with it little by little. Visitors noticed. "How do you keep everything so perfect?" they'd ask. Grace would laugh. "I just do a few things every day. That's all." For her, cleanliness wasn't about perfection. It was about peace. These small routines gave her structure, independence, and pride in her space. More than that, they allowed her to enjoy her home without stress or chaos. And as she often told her grandchildren, the secret to a clean house isn't magic, it's momentum. Would you like to turn a part of this story into a voiceover sample? Absolutely. Here's an additional 500-word paragraph. Really more like an extended continuation of the story in the same style and tone that deepens Grace's story and reinforces the practical habits of seniors with clean homes. Grace's daily habits didn't just keep her home clean, they kept her connected to life. There was something comforting about routine, especially at a time in her life when so much had slowed down. Each task gave her a sense of purpose and movement. And beyond the chores, these habits became moments of mindfulness. As she folded laundry, she'd think of her daughter's visit. As she wiped the bathroom mirror, she'd recall her grandson making funny faces into it. These simple acts grounded her. But Grace didn't keep these habits to herself. When her friend Marjorie lost her husband and found herself overwhelmed in a big house, Grace gently offered help. "Don't try to tackle everything in one day," she said. "Just try one or two little things." Together, they started with the bed-making habit. Then they tackled daily dishwashing. Soon, Marjorie began to feel lighter, not just because her home was cleaner, but because she felt less alone. The truth is, Grace wasn't aiming for a spotless showroom home. She embraced the idea of clean enough. She left space for living. Her knitting supplies stayed on the side table, and her reading glasses were always by her favorite chair. But she believed in creating a space where everything had a place and nothing ever got out of hand. One trick she passed along to everyone she knew: start and end the day with intention. In the morning, she opened the curtains, made the bed, and walked room to room with a coffee in hand just to check in with the house. She'd straighten a rug here, refill the bird feeder outside the window, and fluff a pillow there. In the evening, she turned on warm lights, put on soft music, and spent just 5 or 10 minutes resetting the space for the next day. She also planned small rewards for herself after her tasks: a cup of tea on the porch after cleaning the kitchen, or 30 minutes of her favorite mystery novel after tidying up the bathroom. These little joys gave her something to look forward to. Grace believed that a clean home didn't just happen, it was built from daily choices. But more than that, it was a reflection of how much she cared for herself. Keeping her space clean wasn't just about order, it was about respect for her home, her memories, and her time. And in that, Grace found something beautiful: peace, not perfection. Her home wasn't just clean, it was calm, lived in, and welcoming. And anyone who stepped inside could feel it. In the end, the true magic of Grace's spotless home wasn't in the tasks themselves, but in the rhythm and care behind them. Her habits didn't just tidy rooms, they nurtured a life full of clarity, presence, and quiet pride. Would you like a voiceover of a quote or excerpt from Grace's story? Certainly. Here's an additional 200-word paragraph that continues Grace's story and ties everything together with a warm, reflective tone. As the seasons changed, Grace found new ways to adapt her routines. In the spring, she opened windows longer, letting fresh air sweep through her home as she dusted shelves and windowsills. In the winter, she added cozy touches like folded blankets at the foot of each chair and kept a small basket by the door for gloves and scarves, always tidy. Over time, these small gestures became a form of hospitality, not just for guests, but for herself. She'd often remind others, "You don't keep a clean home for company. You keep it for you." And that was Grace's quiet wisdom. Caring for your home is a way of caring for your soul. It wasn't about being busy or productive for the sake of it. It was about creating a space where she felt safe, comfortable, and proud. Her daily cleaning habits were not chores, they were rituals. Little ways to stay engaged with life, to greet the day and close it with intention. Grace knew that a clean home didn't solve every problem, but it certainly made life feel just a little more manageable and a lot more joyful. Would you like to use a portion of this for your free voiceover sample?